Last class, we discussed about the plant growth hormones or phytohormones, and or it is otherwise called as a plant growth regulators. So, plant growth regulators, they are mainly classified into two types. One is a plant growth promoters and another one is a plant growth inhibitors. The promoters, examples for the promoters are the auxins, gibberellins and cytokinins. Examples for the inhibitors are that is a abscisic acid and ethylines are the examples for plant growth inhibitors. So this is the examples for the synthetic auxins, that is one is NAA, naphthalene acetic acid, and tucamophore-D, that is tucamophore dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. And natural auxins are there are the two examples for natural auxins. One is the IAA, indole acetic acid, IBA, indole butyric acid. So these are all the main two types of auxins. And next is that is physiological effects of auxins. Physiological effects of auxins. So what are the physiological effects of the auxins in the plantlets? So plantlet auxins in what are the uses of the or what are the effects of the auxins to the plantlets? Study ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. So first is that is they help to initiate rooting in stem cutting an application widely used for plant propagation. That means the auxin, it is widely used in a plant propagation. So first we know about the propagation. What is vegetative plant propagation? It is otherwise called as a vegetative propagation. So what is vegetative propagation? Vegetative propagation means any part of the plant body, any part or fragment of the plant body, they have a capability to develop as a new plantlet or a whole plantlet. So that is called as a plant propagation. The part or the fragments which is used for propagation, it is called as a vegetative propagules. Auxin was widely used in a vegetative propagation. For what purpose? For the initiation of a rooting in a stem cutting. ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಕಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ ಕಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆಜಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಪ್ರೊಪಗೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. Grafting, cutting, air layering. So these are all the different methods which is occurs in a vegetative propagation. But especially auxins were used in a stem cutting. Stem cutting alli use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So when we cut a part of the stem part na cut ಮಾಡಿ, when we insert another one part of the plantlet, like another part is stem part. So that is called as stalk and a scion ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So during that initiation of the parts of the stem parts, so it is wrapped with the mud wrap ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, and it is used along with that we add some of the hormones, growth hormones like auxin na add ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ, and it is covered with the some of the polythene bag ಇಂದ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಟೈಟ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್? ಫಾರ್ ದ ಇನಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ರೂಟ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಎ ಫ್ಯೂ ಡೇಸ್ ವಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ that ಕಟ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಕಟ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ there is a development of a new roots ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ that part will be cutted from the mother plant and which develop as a new plantlet ಆಗಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So that is called as the auxin which is used in a vegetative propagation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Auxin, it is also widely used in a agricultural field ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ auxins ನಾವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ for the different purpose. Next, auxins promote flowering. Auxins promote flowering. For example, particularly in a pineapples. For example, in a pineapple plants, auxins which is helpful for the promoter flowering. Next is auxins, they help to prevent fruit and leaf drop at early stages. But promote the abscission of older or mature leaves and fruits. Means first it performs two functions, both in a two function. One is it prevents the early fall down of the leaves and the fruits. Fruits ಮತ್ತೆ leaves ಬೇಗ ಬೀಳೋದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ it promote ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it gives a fall down of older leaves, matured leaf, older leaf ಅಥವಾ matured leaf fruits fall down ಆಗೋಕ್ಕೂ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಲಿ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಬೇಗನೆ ಇಮ್ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಗಳು fall down ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Next is in higher plants, growing apical bud inhibits the growth of the lateral bud, a phenomenon called apical dominance. For example, in a higher plantlets. So growing apical bud means apex bud, apical region. So that is a apical bud, buds which inhibits the growth of the lateral buds. ಈಗ apical bud ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, apical bud lateral buds ಗಳು growth ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. It shows a dominance character which inhibits the growth of the lateral bud. So that is called as a apical dominance ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಗಳು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ನ ಟಿಪ್ ರೀಜನ್ ನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಟಿಪ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಸೊ ನಾವ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಟಿಪ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಕಟ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪೆಕ್ಸ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿನ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ವಿಚ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಅ ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ಡಾಮಿನೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇನ್ಹಿಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ when we remove apical region remove ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ which allows the growth of the lateral buds growth ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರ ನೀವು ಕಂಡ್ರು ಟೀ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಟೀ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಟೀ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಟೀ ಪೌಡರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಟೀ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಿಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಲೀಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಟೀ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ ಸಮ್ ಮೋರ್ ಲೀಫ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀಫ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಲೀಫ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೇಕಾಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಆ ಟಿಪ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಲೀಫ್ ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಟಿಪ್ ರೀಜನ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಿಪ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಶೋಸ್ ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ಡಾಮಿನೆನ್ಸ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಟಿಪ್ ಲೀಫ್ ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ವಿಚ್ ಅಲೋಸ್ ದ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್, ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as ಅಪಿಕಲ್ ಡಾಮಿನೆನ್ಸ್. And next is auxins also induce parthenocarpy. Auxins also induce parthenocarpy. So parthenocarpy means the plants, you observe that seedless fruits nu nodirtiralla. So that seedless fruits are called as parthenocarpic fruits anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So the phenomenon is called as a parthenocarpy. So it is done only in the presence of a hormone that is called as auxins. And next is that is a 2,4-D, 2,4 dichlorophenolic. It is widely used to kill dicotyledonous weeds. It is used to kill dicotyledonous weeds. Does not affect mature monocotyledonous plants. ಈಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ 2,4-D ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗ ಲಾನ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ 2,4-D ನ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಇನ್ನ ಲಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮೊನೊಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ಸ್ ವೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ unwanted plants. So that weeds they are removed when we spray with the 2,4-D. But so this 2,4-D dichlorophenolic, it is not affected on the any monocotyledonous plants. It does not affect on the any monocotyledonous plants. So this is the one of the physiological effects of the auxins. And next is auxin control xylem differentiation and helps in cell division. Auxins control xylem differentiation and helps in cell division. Okay, these are all the physiological effects of the auxins. And next is that is gibberellins. First is gibberellins was first. And next phytohormones or plant hormones, that is a gibberellins. Gibberellins are growth promoting phytohormones or plant hormones. Chemically, they are made up of gibberellic acid. Gibberellic acid. Gibberellins were first discovered by Japanese plant pathologist. That is a Kurosawa. Kurosawa is a scientist or a pathologist. He was the first to discover the gibberellins. From the fungus Gibberella fusicori. From the fungus Gibberella fusicori, which cause a Becane disease. In a rice plants. First is that is a discovery of a gibberellins. Gibberellins was first discovered by pathologist, that is a Kurosawa. From the fungus, that is a Gibberellina fusicori. ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ is a Japanese. So Japan ಅಲ್ಲಿ rice plant na growth ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. So normally some of the rice plants, ಕೆಲವು rice plants which grows very fastly, and the plants it dies before it produce a flowering and seeds. Flower ಮತ್ತೆ seeds na produce ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಮುಂಚೆ the plants will grow very fastly, ತುಂಬಾ fast growth ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿತ್ತು, and later the plant becomes dead. So this is the one of the symptoms of the some of the disease. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು disease out idea ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ disease ಅಂತ. So ಈ disease cause ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ. That means it promotes the more growth ಅನ್ನೋದು first mind ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So later that it is observed that a plant na observe ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ so that growth will cause it because of only a fungi that is called as a Gibberellina fusicori. So why the Gibberellina it grows a more growth? Because so that Gibberellina fusicori releases some chemical substance that is called as a gibberellic acid. So that gibberellic acid which gives up more growth in the some of the plants. So later they are named as the disease named as a Becane disease. So the Becane disease it is also called as a foolish seedlings ಅಂತಾನೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So foolish seedlings. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ foolish seedlings ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹುಚ್ಚು ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಓವರ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎಂತಿಗೆ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೀಡ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫೂಲಿಶ್, ಇಟ್ ಬಿಹೇವ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಫೂಲಿಶ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಬಟ್ ಸೀಡ್ಲಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನೇ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ದೇ ಲಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಲೈಫ್. So that's why the Becane disease is called as a foolish seedlings ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So ಈಗ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. First the gibberellin was first discovered by Kurosawa. Important to ಕೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So first it was discovered by Kurosawa from the fungus Gibberellina fusicori. So that Gibberellina fusicori it is produce a chemical substance that is called as gibberellic acid. It is otherwise named as a GA, gibberellic acid, GA. So that gibberellic acid later named as a Gibberellina. So it causes a disease is called as a Becane disease. That Becane disease in a rice plant. The Becane disease it is otherwise called as a foolish seedlings. ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So next is that is a physiological effects of the So during in the discovery, Kurosawa discovered 110 different types of a gibberellic acid. So during the discovery of the gibberellin, so they are named as a GA1. GA means gibberellic acid. GA1, GA2, GA3, GA4, so on so. And next is that is a physiological effects of gibberellins. They cause an increase in length of axis is used to increase the length of grape stalk. Grapes the stalk length na increase ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ because the stalk is the main important parts in the grapes to hold the whole heavy fruit. So that's why it is helpful for the increases the length of the stalk. And next, gibberellins cause fruits like apple to elongate and improve its shape. So when we take any fruits, the fruits which having their own shape. So that shape of the fruits which is given by the hormone that is called as a gibberellins. Next, they also delay senses. Thus the fruits can be left on the tree longer as so as to extend the market period. That means, so ಈಗ after a ripening it delay the senses aging ಆಗೋದನ್ನ delay ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So this is helpful for the fruit which is left on the tree for a longer time duration. So it is extended the market period na extend ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So because the fruits which is occurs itself in the plant plants. And next there is a GA3, gibberellic acid 3 is used to speed up the malting process in brewing industries. So GA3 is used to speed up the malting process in brewing industry. Brewing industry, it is a beverages, for the preparation of a beverages like wine, whiskey, brandy, gin, green. So these are all the gibberellins which is used in a brewing industries. Brewing industry ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So for which purpose? For the increases the malting rate. Malting means especially that is in a brewing industries for the use of for the preparation of beverages we use a seeds na use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So that is so that malting process means, so it sprouts the seeds. Sprouts ಮಾಡಬೇಕು seeds ಗಳನ್ನ. So that sprouts the seedling, so that is called as a malting process. So that malting process will be increased. So by the presence of a gibberellic acid which increases the malting rate increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ in a particularly in a brewing industries. And next is a spraying of sugarcane crop with gibberellins increases the length of the stem. Thus it increases the yield by such as 20 tons per hectare. That means when we spray the gibberellins to the sugarcane field, it increases the 20 ton per hectare. ಒಂದು ಎಕರೆಗೆ 20 ಟನ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ sugarcane plantlets ಅಲ್ಲಿ when we spray with the gibberellins. And next, gibberellins also promotes bolting process in a beetroot or beet in a cabbages. Bolting means it increases the nodes and the internodal region. So that is called as a bolting process. So these are all the main physiological effects of the gibberellins. 5 marks. So write the physiological effects of the gibberellins or auxins. Okay, and next, that is another one important growth promoting hormone, that is cytokinin. The cytokinin is another one important growth promoting hormone. First is there is a discovery. How the cytokinin was discovered? The cytokinin was discovered by F. Skoog and his co-workers observed that from the internodal segments of tobacco stems, the callus proliferated only if in addition to oxys, the nutrients medium was supplemented with one of the following extracts of vascular tissues, yeast extract or coconut milk or DNA. It is nothing but a Skoog observe ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ only for it taken as a tobacco plants na ತಗೋತಾರೆ. So that tobacco plants will grow in a in vitro condition ಅಲ್ಲಿ growth ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. So that is a tobacco callus means, firstly callus means a undifferentiated mass of cell, it is called as a callus. So the part of the tobacco plant will grows on a callus which grows only in a ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದು? ಟೊಬ್ಯಾಕೊ ಕ್ಯಾಲಸ್. ಆ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಟೊಬ್ಯಾಕೊ ಕ್ಯಾಲಸ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಸ್, ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ DNA. ಇದಿಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಮಾತ್ರ ಟೊಬ್ಯಾಕೊ ಕ್ಯಾಲಸ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೈ ಅಂತ ಕಂಡಿಡಿದಾಗ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ kinatin. So later that the Skoog and Wheeler later identified and crystallized the cytokinase promoting active substrate, that is it is termed as a kinatin. Later it is termed as a cytokinin. The kinatin, it is occurs synthetically in the form of gRT form allu sikutte. So that is a discovery of a kynetin or cytokinin. And next is that there is a physiological effect of cytokinin. Cytokinin, it promotes a rapid cell division. That means it increases the cell division, rate of cell division. And next, it helps to produce new cells. It helps to produce new cells, chloroplast in leaves. And next, it helps in lateral shoot growth. It helps in lateral shoot growth and adventitious shoot formation. It helps in lateral shoot growth and adventitious shoot formation. Cytokinins help overcome the apical dominance. Cytokinins help overcome the apical dominance. And they promote nutrient mobilization, which helps in the delay of leaf sensors. Sorry. They promote nutrient mobilization, which helps in the delay of leaf sensors. That means leaf, they fall down from the leaf plantlet or aging of a leaf, which is delayed because of the presence of a cytokinin.